So am I the only one that feels like a failure? Like, no matter what I do, I just seem to lose and fail at it. So I had an email come in a couple days ago asking me to make a video talking about failure. And I was actually going to do that anyway. So it's kind of, a good thing that that came in. So I was spending the night at my grandparents' house a couple nights ago. Well, this story actually takes place a couple weeks ago, maybe even a month ago. And it was just any other day. I was spending time with them. We were playing games, watching movies, just hanging out. And we go upstairs to eat dinner. Well, this isn't actually when we were eating dinner. This was, my grandmother was making dinner. And my grandfather had to go to the bathroom or something. So I'm like, I'll go ahead and go upstairs, see if she needs anything or what she's doing. And I don't know how we got onto this topic. But she was talking about, we somehow got into talking about mental health. And, how basically not everything's as it seems. And she said something that I was not expecting her to say. And she said, I feel like this wasn't exactly what she said, but it was along the lines of, I feel like you put on a show a lot of the time and that everything's not as okay as you think it is. Or as you lead on to be. And I kind of laughed it off. I'm like, yeah, I guess everybody is. But deep down, I'm like, is it that obvious? Like, am I failing that bad that it looks like I'm putting on a show or that people can tell I'm putting on a show? And it just really hit me off guard. Because I'm like, yeah, I put on a show every day. Everybody, maybe not everybody, but I know most of the people I know, at least at some point, have put on a show. And I don't know, it's one of the things that caught me off guard and I was not expecting it. And it was like, oh, okay, like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know. I was really shocked at that. And it made me just think about, like, everything. And it's not even just that specific story either. It's also in school recently. I've talked about this before on my channel that I go to a post-secondary, or not post-secondary school, but a school that you go to when you're in school, like learn a trade school. And recently that class has been really hard and really stressful. And I feel like I'm failing it. Like, I got a C in that class on the first part of the second semester. And my parents weren't mad because they know that it's hard. But deep down, I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to be good at this. Why am I not good at this? And I'm going to this school for computer, it's like a computer class. So that's what I'm going for. And it's really difficult. And even just today, I took a test on one of the sections that we're on, because that's one of them classes where you work at your own pace. And I was doing a exam today. It was a scenario exam where they give you a bunch of scenarios and you have to say like what you would do in those situations, basically like an exam, but it was simulations. So I was doing it and I was really confident too. I was like, okay, because it was on, you guys may not know that, I don't want to get into it because it's like technical, but it was on like the cloud and like saving things to the cloud and the different forms of, that type of stuff. And I was really confident. I'm like, I'm going to do good on this test because it was my second try, because my teacher gives us 3 attempts on the tests to get above an 80%. So I was on the first attempt, I got like a 71%, and that was like a month ago. And I've been studying. And I go in there today, I'm like, hey, can you set up my test? I'm confident I can do it today. And I go in there And I'm like, okay, I can do this. I felt like I knew what I was doing. I turned it in. Like, usually I go through and I like second guess everything and look at it, and I'm like, well, what if it's this instead of this? I didn't do it that time. I'm like, this is good. I click submit, and I got, I think, a 58%. And I just sat there for a second, and I'm like, are you serious? Like, I really thought, oh, hi guys. What do I feed you? What do Nautilus eat? I'll have to get me one of those. But I sat there and I'm just like, are you kidding me? I was so confident too. I'm like, I got this. Nope, I did not have it. And that's been a lot with school. School has been a lot recently. And I think it's just because it's coming up to the end. So there's a lot happening. Like, I have this in my science class, in my physics class. I have to do a project on like 3 pieces of physics in an everyday item. And of course, so you guys remember a couple of videos ago I talked about being sick when I took that week off. Well, apparently that one week, every teacher decided that they're going to start a project. Of course, because why wouldn't they? There's an ocean monument down there. Is that a monument or a... I can't tell. I don't want to get over there and get mining fatigue. But, of course, every teacher decided they wanted to start a project. So I have to do a project on the 3 types of physics of a cell phone. So that's stressful. So that's happening. And it's like, okay, first of all, I have no idea what I'm doing because nobody explained it to me, because I think my teacher hates me and didn't explain what it actually was. That is a monument right there. And didn't explain it to me. So I don't know what I'm doing. And it's like, okay. And then in my English class, we have a project we have to do where we read this short story and have to either do a I'm gonna butcher this word. Theater, like a theater performance of a part of the book, or you can do a quote-unquote interview where you know, pretend to interview the author and stuff, and you know, questions you would ask, or you can write a poem, or you can do one other thing, I don't remember. And it's a group thing, so at least I kind of know what I'm doing. But it's like, why all of this? And it's like, deep down, I'm telling myself, like, you're gonna fail all of this because you don't know what you're doing. And it's just so stressful because, like, I hate the end of the year because that's when all of the projects come out. And, you know, usually, you know, you're supposed to be happy. Like, yes, school's over. Like, we have like 38 days left. 38 days. And then we're done. But it's so stressful because I don't know what I'm doing. And I feel like I'm just going to fail it. And then I'm going to end this quarter, end this semester with a 0. And then, you know, it's all going to be over. And I'm going to just fail and have to do summer school. And that's not what I want to do. And it's just, it's scary. Because it's not only for yourself, but you also want to please people. Like, I kind of want to drag you guys into this because this was a request. So I don't want to make it all about me, but it's like, you don't only want to, like, please yourself. Like, you want to please, like, I know for me, my dad is one person that I really want to please. And, hello, Creeper. And it's like, I know, he says he's, like, proud of me and that I'm not doing anything wrong. But I want to do something to show for it. You know, like, I don't just want to be told, hey, you're doing good. Like, I want to have something to showcase that I'm doing good. And I don't want to feel like this year was for nothing. Because, right, like, usually I'm not bad. But I don't know what it was about this year that just everything felt so much worse, and it felt like no matter what I did, I could not thought I got 3 pieces of wool. It's like no matter what I do, I cannot shake the feeling that I'm just worthless and that I haven't done anything good this year and that I've just failed. Sorry, horsey. So, it's just, I don't know. It's why is there so many creepers? Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just a me thing. Maybe I'm just overreacting. But it just feels like no matter what that was that squid. It just seems like no matter what I do, I can't shake that feeling that I'm doing something wrong or that I'm failing. And that no matter what I do, I can't succeed. And it doesn't help too because in the school that I talked about, the computer school, technically, it's not a computer school, but the thing I'm taking there is for computers. In that, I'm also behind. And it's not only me that's behind. Like, there's a lot of people in the school that are behind, like in my class that are behind. But it still is just... I can go to the nether here. I can go to the nether here. But it's not only me that's behind, it's almost everybody in my class is behind, so technically I'm not behind. But if you look in the grade book, I'm very much behind. And it's stressful. Because, like I said, I don't want to end with a bad grade. I've never been one to really get horrible grades. And the thought of just getting one is terrifying. And I've always been one to link my, like, self-worth and stuff to grades and to accomplishments. And the fear of failing at that is also like, okay, well then now what am I good for? You know? It's like, now what am I supposed to do? Because the only thing that I was good at, I'm not good at anymore. And consciously, or like a part of me knows that that's not true. And that, you know, I'm worth more than just, you know, an A through F on a paper. But I was, hi village, that's what I was looking for. But it's also that, you know, I'm just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I know that I'm worth more than the grade, but I've gone so long with connecting my worth to the grade that it's hard to shake. So yeah, but like I said, I'm behind in that too, and it's not my fault entirely, because the way that my teacher does our class is you work at your own pace, you test when you're ready, but then she also does, you know, periodic things like with the whole class. And the problem with that is, yes, you know, you work at your own pace so you can do it and take your time, but she also has deadlines set up so you don't just get too far behind. Well, I'm kind of a slow learner. And whenever we're doing that and she's given us like other work to do on top of it to do, it's like, okay, how do you want me to do this? Like, I'm not, like, there's not enough hours in the day for me to get this done. And it's gotten to the point now where I'm so far behind, it's almost impossible for me to catch up by the end of this semester. Because what I say, we had 38 days left. And I need spruce wood too, but I'm not seeming to find any. But yeah, so it's like, what am I supposed to do? Because I don't want to, because if I fail, then I'm also not even going to get enough credits. Because how it works is, I don't know if you guys are in a school or anything like this where it links to your actual grade. So the trade school is 3.5 credits. And you can't make that back in summer school. So the fear of failing at that is, if I fail this class, what am I going to do? Because you can't make that back in summer school. I'm going to have to do something. And it's like, I don't want to not graduate over a stupid, like, being behind. So, yeah, it's stressful. The fear of failing that is... The fear of failing that is very much there, and it's been there for months, almost this whole year. But I keep telling myself, even through all the noise that my brain is throwing at me of being stressed and of failing, I keep telling myself that even if something happens and I do fail, or I don't like to call it failing. Usually I wouldn't say failing, but I said it for this video. I like to say, I don't like to call it failing. I like to call it giving me another opportunity. That's how I kind of like to word it. So if you take there's another village. Oh my goodness. But if you take anything from this video, take it as, if you do not accomplish something, don't think of it as failing. Think of it as, okay, now I have another opportunity to do it. And it actually is kind of crazy because today in my English class, we watched this video. I don't remember who the person was, but it was a video about this girl that ran for Miss America. And it took her 7 tries before she won. And it was kind of ironic that I planned on coming home and recording this. And on that exact day, there's a video talking about failing and not giving up. Oh, I got a spear. So, yeah, I don't know. I thought it was just kind of ironic that on the one day, I was going to talk about this. We talked about that. And if I can remember the video or find it, I'll put it in the description, because it was actually a really motivational video. And it was just talking about this girl, and I think they were at Target, and this lady walked up to her and, great, it's raining, walked up to her and said, you would make a good Miss America, or you should run for Miss America, or something along those lines. And she was like, what? And it took her 7 attempts, but she was like the first military woman to win Miss America or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was really motivational, and it kind of set up some of my thoughts for this video. And yeah. So I'm going to kind of wrap it up here. I really wish I could find a spruce biome. That'd be kind of nice. There's another village. I'm just going to stay over here. Next video, I'll try to continue looking. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy. I hope this did help with whoever did submit or send me that email. And I know this has been something I've been bottling up, so I am happy that I did make this video, and because it's, like I said, I've been stressing about that for a long time, and to finally be able to get it out is nice, because it's just, yeah, I'm scared that I'm not going to succeed in this, and then you have a problem of how am I going to graduate. But it's just, I'm gonna figure it out. And I love going back through and watching these videos, because I'm so, like, I don't want to say bipolar, but I'll go through and talk a whole video about, for example, I just made a video about failing, and then come around at the very end and tell you that, oh yeah, it is what it is, and here's a motivational section. And that's how my mind works. I don't know if your guys' mind works the exact same way or not, but literally I can go through a whole day being down, get home, and then just be like, well, it is what it is, boom, 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 and be perfectly fine. So it's kind of crazy, but yeah, guys. Oh, I am working on a Discord. And the reason I haven't done it sooner is because I created an account last week on Discord, and I created the account, and I went to sign in, and it immediately said that my account was, it said it wasn't disqualified. It said it was, I couldn't get into my account. I don't remember exactly what it said, but it said I couldn't get in. Literally like a minute after I created the account. So I went into Discord support and it took about a week, but they finally sent me an email today saying that my account was good. It just got falsely flagged because I used the same password. I don't know how that flagged it. But yeah, I'm working on creating a Discord server now. That should be up in the next video. Fingers crossed, I'll get that done for the next video. Yeah, guys, hope y'all did enjoy. If you guys have any ideas, comments, suggestions, anything, you can leave them down in the comment section down below or my email. My email is always open. Email address is in the description down below. Yeah, guys, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, afternoon, evening, night, whatever time it is when you're watching this video. And I'll see you all in the next one. Stay positive.